Hi everyone, my name is Pinto and today I'll be showing you some fun ways to make your hand-lettered cards pop with Sakura of America's Jelly Roll pens. I'm a hand lettering artist from Toronto and I'll be showing you 3 different techniques in this video. The supplies I'll be using are the PIGMA professional brush with a medium tip, the koi coloring brush pens in dark warm gray and fuchsia, and 3 different Jelly Roll pens, the Jelly Roll White 10, a fluorescent Jelly Roll Moonlight 10, and a beautiful sparkly Jelly Roll Stardust. I'll also be using some blank cards that I picked up at my local art supply store. The techniques I'll be showing you are adding dimension, adding highlights, and adding sparkle. So let's get started. I'm going to start by showing you a simple way to add dimension to your lettering. Here I've selected a craft paper card and I'm writing out the phrase "Hugs and Kisses" using the PIGMA professional brush pen. Holding the pen on an angle to the paper, I can create nice, bold, uppercase letters. In the interest of time, I'm going to be speeding up some parts of the video. Switching now to the Jelly Roll White 10, I'm going to add dimension by adding a shadow to the left and bottom of each part of my letters. This gives the appearance that my letters are 3-dimensional and popping out of the card. The key to mastering this technique is ensuring that your shadows are consistently applied to the same side of each letter. So in this case, I've chosen the left and the bottom of each letter, but you could do it differently if you want and choose, for example, the top and the right-hand side of each letter, but just make sure that you're consistent with it. It may seem a little tricky, so don't worry if your shadows look a little bit off at first. You'll eventually get the hang of it with practice. Curved letters, such as U, G, and S, require that you taper your shadows at the top and bottom of your curves. So take your time with this technique, and don't be afraid to draft your shadows in with a pencil first if you find that to be helpful. The second technique I'd like to demonstrate is adding highlights. To start, I've chosen a small blank postcard and I'm brush lettering the name Mom using a koi coloring brush pen in dark warm gray. One color alone can be really pretty, but koi coloring brush pens are very effective when paired with jelly rolls. In this instance, I thought it would be fun to use a fluorescent Moonlight Jelly Roll 10 to add highlights to the lettering. The Jelly Roll 10s are amazing because they have lots of ink flow, and for this card, the pink Jelly Roll really stands out against the gray. All I'm doing here is adding some pink highlights to the thick downstrokes of the letters M, O, and M. The downstrokes, for anyone who is not familiar with brush lettering terminology, are the thick strokes that I created when I applied pressure to the pen and moved it in a downward direction. I've also added some highlights to the little hearts, as well as a decorative border to tie everything together. The final technique I'll demonstrate is a fun way to add some sparkle to your cards. To start, I'm using a koi coloring brush pen in Fuchsia to brush letter the phrase "Thank you" on a blank white card. Now comes the fun part. Jelly Roll Stardust pens are naturally sparkly, so I've chosen one that has a beautiful pink sparkle, and I'm going to use it to add some stippling to just the tops of my downstrokes. These are just dots applied lightly with a pen, concentrated mostly at the top, and then spreading out as I move down each letter. I really love this technique because the jelly roll adds a beautiful twinkle and shine that complements the lettering perfectly. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. For more lettering, photos, and videos, check out my website or Instagram account.